Hello, good evening. So this is Ma'am Sassy, and I will be presenting and discussing the details of the course English 2. So the descriptive title for this subject is Language, Culture, and Society. This course is given a credit of 3 units, and therefore it means that we will be using 54 hours for the duration of the subject. The prerequisite for this course is English 1, Introduction to Linguistics. So what does this mean? It means that if you have not yet enrolled or taken English 1, or if you failed English 1, then you should not continue to take the subject because this will not be credited without English 1 first. Okay? So this is for the second semester for school year 2020-2021. Now, since this is your second semester with SSU and with the College of Education, I think it is important for you to immerse yourself first in the discussion of the school vision and mission. So first off, we'll start with the school vision. So it's a transformative university committed to technology, innovation, and service excellence. So the keywords here would be transformative university. Why do we use transformative as an adjective for university? What does it mean when you say transform? It means that to change or to develop something better, to make something better, I mean. So that means that we would want the university to be a tool to transform the students, the people, and the community it belongs to through technology, innovation, and of course, through service. What is our mission? Our mission is that the university shall primarily provide advanced instruction and professional training in the arts, philosophy, social sciences, agriculture and fishery, forestry, science and technology, engineering, education, law, and other related fields. It shall also undertake research, extension services, and provide progressive leadership in its areas of specialization. So that means, as students, your mission should be to get quality education, to engage in research, and to engage in extension activities, or to be able to impart what you have learned to the community. The quality policy states that Summer State University commits to provide and uphold service excellence in instruction, research, and extension in conformity to legal and statutory requirements for continual improvement in customer satisfaction. So basically, it just means that SSU promises to continually strive to improve the quality of the service that it provides to different clients. Now, let's go to a more specific, because now we're talking, for as of now, we've talked about the bigger circle, but let's move on to the smaller circle. We're going to talk about the college. That means College of Education. So, the College of Education wants to help bring out the achievement of the university mission by producing competent teachers under the program's Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. So that's your major, including all the other majors. Okay, now let's go to the next page. The next page shows you the program graduate outcomes. What does this mean, ma'am? This is so confusing. So if you look at the program graduate outcomes, you will find the characteristics of the students of SSU. So you will find characteristics that are common to all. And then specifically, if you look at 13, 14, 15, and 16, those are the characteristics specifically for College of Education students. To simply put this, it means that what is your brand? What sets you apart from other graduates of SSU? Okay, so these are the attributes and these are the links where you will find these attributes in the mission, vision, goals and objectives of the school. Okay. Now, let's go to a more specific, a smaller circle. So, we talked about the university, the college, and now specifically to your program, which is Bachelor of Secondary Education. So, you have two objectives, and these are the things that you try to achieve within the 4 years that you're going to spend in the College of Education. So number one, exhibit comprehensive knowledge of various learning areas using a wide range of teaching methodologies in various types of environment. And number two, skills in curriculum development, lesson planning, material development, instructional delivery, and educational assessment. So those are the two things that you are expected to be good at when you graduate BS Ed English. Okay, let's go to a very small circle in the middle, and that is this subject. How does this subject help you achieve your program objectives, and how does the program objectives help you achieve your outcomes as a college? Okay, so let's look at the course. Again, to remind you, this is English 2, Language, Culture, and Society. So this is a 54-hour, 3-unit course which explores in I'm sorry, the inextricable link between and among language, culture, and the society, and its implications to the development of English as a global language and the ways by which it is learned and taught. Throughout the semester, students will explore the great diversity of world languages and develop an understanding of the genetic and geographic ties among them. They learn to appreciate language as an object of scientific study and their own lives and communities. They will also examine the relationship of linguistic variation to social and cultural identity. So that's a very specific course description. So in a nutshell, this is an introductory course to social linguistics where we explore the links between language and society. Okay, so here are the course learning outcomes, meaning after 5 or 6 months of being together, these are the things that you should be able to accomplish. Number one, explain the basic concepts pertaining to the relationship of language vis-a-vis culture and society. Okay, so what are these factors that affect what aspect of language affects what aspect of culture and vice versa. Apply and use knowledge to everyday social interactions in their own lives and language communities. Develop an understanding of the genetic and geographical ties among the diverse world languages. Express and defend position on identified issues pertaining to the impact of language to society and vice versa. And show appreciation of language as an object of scientific study. So those are the 5 learning outcomes. Now, what is the content of the course? So this part is the part that we're doing now. So this is the course orientation. So that's 1 hour. You get the introductory video, this course orientation, and if you have any additional questions or any topics that you would like to include, you can include that as a comment on the post, and we will see if we can incorporate that into our course syllabus. Okay, so of course, before we get into the nitty-gritty details, we start with the introductory topics. We start by getting our feet wet first before we jump head onto the water, right? So of course, we'll start with the definitions, and then we'll start with some popular ideas about language, and then the connection of language and identity. And then once we have that, we'll move on to more complicated topics. We're going to talk about multilingual speech communities. We're going to talk about language variation. We're going to talk about language variation focusing on the use. So you will find the number of hours allotted for each of these topics here. So all in all, if you add all of these numbers, you will get 52 hours. Why is it 52? Because there is 1 hour allotted for the midterm exam and 1 hour allotted for the final exam. Okay, now exams, the grading system. So this is important because there was a series of changes that were created or initiated because of the new normal. And one of those changes would be the grading system. So if you look at and if you compare the syllabus that you had for last semester and this one, this will be very different. So as you can see, I've arranged it from the most heavy to the least heavy. So we have the major exams. It's unavoidable. You really have the heaviest uh, credit from the exam. So that would be your midterm and your final exam. And then you will have your long tests, your chapter tests, and your unit tests at 25%. And then your term requirements. For this subject, you will have your journal notebook and your papers as your requirements. And then class participation, that's recitation, attendance, and exercises. That will be 15%. So a total of 100%. So in the College of Education, your grade in the midterms is computed, and then your grade in the finals is computed. And then those two are um, added and divided by two. That will form your grade for the subject. Okay, so what are the references that you can use? So there is this thick book that I use, the Encyclopedia of Language from by David Crystal. I have that. I have a physical copy of that, but I also have a soft copy or an e-copy of Janet Holmes' Introduction to Social Linguistics. So I will check if I can provide a copy to the class. I'm not sure if I'm infringing any copyright problems or copyright issues, but we'll see. But any social linguistics book can be used as reference. These topics are not exclusive. So you can use any social linguistics book as long as it covers any of the topics that I've mentioned here. Okay. Now, consultation time. So I've allotted 1 hour MWF. That's from 11 a.m. to 12 noon for consultation. That means I'm always available during that time to respond to your questions. You can reach me through Facebook Messenger. That's my preferred communication line. But if you wish, you can also come to school. But we have to observe health protocols for me to be able to entertain any students or guests. So, but it doesn't mean that you have to wait Monday, Wednesday, Friday to message me. You can message me anytime, but if you wish me to respond right away, then this time would be the best time. All right. So now that we are done with that, let me stop sharing and I would like to proceed to the next part. Just give me a moment. Okay, it seems like I'm posting something on my Facebook. Okay. Wait lang po. My internet is slow. All right, so it's not working. Just a moment. So I am also going to require you to join a group on Facebook. It's quite slow now. Okay. So here you go. So I know that Ma'am Alona already sent a request, a link to this group. So I hope that you guys have already added the group or at least requested membership of the group. So I will be requiring all of my students to join this group. Why? Because from time to time, I will be posting some questions that will count for your exercise or your recitation. So if you're still not yet a member, I'm not sure how you're viewing this video, but if for those who are viewing this, please tell your other classmates who are not yet part of this group to add the group. Okay, so again, this is the title English to Language Culture Society, and you'll find my name there as the administrator. So Why do I require you? Because I will be posting a lot of important details on this. Now, I need to discuss some rules that I will be enforcing for this group, just to make sure that there is order and that people have discipline. So first off, you are expected to use your actual given names for your FB accounts. Why? Because I'm going to check the student enrolled list and look at your name. If your name is not on that list, then I will not be approving your request. Next, I'm a stickler for deadlines. So I would like you to stick to the deadlines that I set. Now, if I set a deadline and later on I realized or I see that you still need more time, then I will move the deadline. But otherwise, I expect you to be able to submit the outputs within the period that it is required. Why? Because I'm a firm believer in if you follow the deadline, it means that you respect the other person's time, because the reason why they are putting a deadline and the reason why I'm putting a deadline is not because I want to be strict or I want to be a stingy old lady, but it is because I would like to be able to manage my time. Okay. Keep in mind that delay in checking your outputs means that there might be a delay in computing your grades, which might affect your enrollment and your status in the college. So, again, I would like you to try your hardest to stick to the deadline. Work every day, finish something every day so that you don't need to wait until the deadline to work and to cram on finishing your stuff. Okay, next, submissions should be done electronically. What does this mean? It means that I expect that if you choose to submit physical copies or hard copies of your outputs, that's okay. I'll be okay with that. But I would still require you to submit a soft copy through FB Messenger. I do not allow pictures, so I suggest that you download an app, a scanner app. There are a lot of free apps on the App Store, or you can use the one that I'm using. It's Clear Scanner. It's very effective. We used it last time during accreditation, and it was really good. It's easy to use. It's just like taking a photo, but instead of having a photo, you will have a PDF file of of all the images or photos that you have taken. So again, all submissions must have an e-copy. Why is this? It's super difficult to be bringing along with me heavy piles of paper. So it would be better if you send it electronically, because I can check your outputs anywhere I am. As long as I have internet connection, I should be able to access those submissions. So it's easier. It's going to make my life easier. Okay? And then lastly, I would like you to make it a habit to check this FB page every now and then. If you can do it every day, every other day, please do so, because all the important announcements that I will make will be disseminated on this FB group. I do not like group chats. Why? Because when somebody posts, other posts are drowned with some useless and nonsense posts. So I'd rather use an FB group wherein people should or will be able to look at the announcements right away. Okay, so that's it. Should there be any questions or any additional concerns, you may just post a comment and I'll be replying as soon as I can, as soon as I'm available. So that's it. I'm looking forward to learning from you and you learning from me as well. And I hope we'll have a very engaging and active semester filled with a lot of learning and a lot of fun. Okay, so I will see you guys. Your LP1 is already done, it's on its way. So just hang in there for a little bit more. But I'm excited and I hope that it will be a fun time for all of us involved. All right, so thank you so much. Just post any questions or comments that you want. All right, annyeong.